The Nigerian Armed Forces has said some officers will be arraigned before a military judicial panel to face trial over an alleged plot to overthrow the government. In a statement by the Director, Major General Samaila Uba, it says it's in accordance with the Armed Forces Act and other applicable service regulations. It says this action is in line with press release on October 25 regarding the arrest of 16 officers over acts of indiscipline and breaches of service regulations. Major General Uba further stated that after the comprehensive investigation process conducted in accordance with established military procedures, the findings identified a number of the officers with allegations of plotting to overthrow the government. These are inconsistent with the ethics, values, and professional standards required of members of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. The Army restates that measures being taken are purely disciplinary and part of ongoing institutional mechanisms to preserve order, discipline, and operational effectiveness within the ranks. Let's bring in retired Brigadier General Bashir Adewumbi for more on this development. Brigadier General, thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Under the Armed Forces Act, officers implicated like these in attempted coup can face very serious disciplinary or criminal penalties. Explain to us what these penalties are and how they apply under a democratic system where civilian authority is considered supreme.
Hello?
Brigadier General, can you hear me?
Can you repeat it?
Yes, I'm asking what you consider the penalties for coup attempt within the military, but this time under a democratic system.
Thank you so much. From my experience of service, over 30 years of experience in the military, anybody involved in coup plotting or conspiring to truncate democracy will have to face the necessary disciplinary action. And from my record, from my own perspective, in the history of coup planning in this country, anybody confirmed to have been involved in any coup planning, the penalty is very simple. It's death penalty. It could be by firing squad or by hanging to death. That's the penalty.
A lot has evolved over the years, though, Brigadier General.
We're in democracy now.
Yes.
We're in democracy now. They may not be exposed to firing squad, but they can be hanged to death.
But what does an alleged coup plot by some officers really indicate about the Nigerian military's relationship with democracy? From your experience, how committed are the armed forces to upholding civilian rule and democratic norms?
You see, the army is supposed to uphold democracy. We are supposed to protect democracy. It has been on since 1999, and we have been enjoying democracy. The issue of military rule is out of vogue. It's obsolete. It's not required again. And if this thing happens, particularly those people that were involved in the coup planning or whatever they did, they know the implications of their actions. And this is not a period for that. We don't need it in Nigeria by this time. And you cannot blame them. We have so many factors: opposition, coalition, this, that, just to truncate this good governance we are enjoying. For goodness sake, whoever has committed an offense must be ready to face the consequences of his action. And in this case, well, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President, has the prerogative of, what to do. But whatever the military law says to be carried out, it is clearly spelled out in the military law.
You look
Once
at the...
you are committed
Indeed. You look at the Army statement, Brigadier General, and it mentioned breaches of ethics, values, and professional standards. What issues within the military would you say could lead to such breaches? And how can they be addressed to prevent future threats to democratic governance in Nigeria?
Part of what I've just said now, whoever has been confirmed to have been involved in coup planning should be dealt with accordingly. We have rules and regulations. We have Military Act. We have Armed Forces Act. It's definitely, something must be done to address, to prevent occurrence in future. If they have been confirmed to have committed this offense, the next thing is death penalty, either by hanging or by firing squad. But because we're in a democratic setting, I think it's better to give them, let them face death by hanging to death to prevent others. Because if they have done that, there are some who may still want to do that. And if you don't give them the right treatment, then we are encouraging them. And we want this democracy to be protected.
But at best, it's still allegations, and the Nigerian military itself saying that they would have their days in court. Retired Brigadier General Bashir Adewumbi, thank you so much for talking to us on the news tonight.
Thank you so much.